My name is Miriam, and I am the voice of Stockton.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS, the Voice of Stockton, or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
Hello, welcome to the Vigil Show. My name is Doug Vigil, and thank you for watching us. The Voice of Stockton, KXVS 92.1 FM. I'd like to thank you for watching. I have a great guest coming in town. A candidate, Nickolas Wildstar, and I'd like to thank you to come and come in on your busy schedule. And I really appreciate coming in on the last minute. And when I saw you came in, so I definitely welcome you to come to the radio. And I brought you, and you're going to introduce other people that you brought in. So tell me, how does it feel running all over town in California?
It feels wonderful. California is a beautiful state. So I'm very excited to have an opportunity to travel and see it from top to bottom, and as well as meet all of the beautiful people in between. So campaigning has definitely been a privilege to me, so thank you to all of the people out there that have contributed to my campaign to even make it possible to where I'm able to tour the state and meet everyone and let them know about my campaign for governor.
Well, that's awesome. So how far along have you been traveling when campaigning of your running?
I've been traveling from Grass Valley to Nevada County to Santa Clara to Pasadena to Orange County, where I live at. I've bounced around all throughout Orange County and Los Angeles County, so I've been doing my best to, again, just go to every little small town, every big town, and meet as many people throughout the state as possible. So I can't really say how much mileage is on the car, but
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of mileage on the car.
It's been accumulating.
So far, what part are you from, you said?
I'm from Orange County. I'm actually from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay, but what party I'm saying that you're
Fullerton.
No. What party you're running?
What political party? Political party. I apologize. It's a bit difficult to hear you in the headphones.
What party are you from?
Libertarian Party.
Okay, Libertarian. And so the Libertarian have been endorsing you a lot all over California state?
Yes, I've actually gained the endorsement of San Joaquin County, so I'm very thankful to the Libertarian Party of San Joaquin. The county affiliates are made up of volunteers from people in those communities, so it's very a blessing, I guess I should say, and an honor to be given the stamp of approval from the Libertarian County affiliates, because they are representative of those people in that area.
Okay, so let me to inform the viewer, what between the Democrat and the Republican and the Libertarian Party, what is the difference between the Republican, the Democrat, and the Libertarian? What make you stand out among them? Normalized party.
Absolutely. Well, the Democratic Party, they tend to be the party that promotes protection of individuals' liberties, their individual choices, and respect for themselves. So, opposed to with the Republicans, they tend to promote more so the respect or the liberty of one's wealth and income without government intrusion. So, what we've seen from both parties is a lack of either. So the Libertarian Party takes the best of both parties, combines them into one, and without all of the bureaucracy in between.
All the red tape, you mean?
Exactly, all of the red tape. So it's liberty without any bounds, any restrictions, and my job as a libertarian would be to defend those rights, those natural rights.
Okay, so now, so tell me what your platform running for state California governor.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, I would like to have an opportunity for the state of California to get more money. Right now, the state is tremendously in debt, and the governor currently signed a $300 billion spending bill, so it's going to send us even further in debt. So we're indebting not only ourselves, but future generations. I would like to have an opportunity to generate some wealth in the state by eliminating the income tax, such as states like Texas and Florida, where they have no income tax at all. So I would like to reduce the income tax and allow the people in this state that are working hard to make this state the 6th largest economy in the world to make more money and bring in an influx of capital into the state that's much needed to pay off that debt.
But a lot of people say that, it's going to be dead no matter what's going to, how long they keep printing money. The last time I went to San Francisco, when I went on a school field trip, and we went to the Mint, and you can see all the money print, boom, boom, sheet of paper, boom. And that's all it is, printing money. As long as they keep getting debt, I mean, as long as they keep printing paper, you're not going to be in debt at all. So whether you're
well, you would think that, but with regards to the hoarding of the quote-unquote rich people, that's preventing that that spreading of the wealth to those in need. So it's preventing an opportunity from those who actually need money to get money. So, and it's a control of wealth.
Okay, so but basically, that's a good point. Because a lot of people think that the government should contribute help to the people, the government. But we have a lot of nonprofit organizations that really do better of serving the people with health insurance, for the homeless, for the mental health,
indeed,
and for the educational. There's
a lot of much better. Yeah,
organization itself, nonprofit organization, but the thing is that they get stipend from the state to do the service for them. Sometimes they're on their contract, and that's how you create jobs. You know what I mean? But as far as working class business, you go to a restaurant, and they're not going to go and feed the hunger. You have to pay for your own food, right? But as far as nonprofit, when you give money and you need you're focused, okay, you're going to help our community. It takes a village to help people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you have a lot of nonprofit organizations that do the government investing money into themselves. It's a
conflict of interest.
Yes.
Yeah, and if we allowed those nonprofit organizations to do what they do best, help those in need without the influence of money, then you would have those services be more readily available. Right now, government tends to get in the way with bureaucracy and licensing and regulations, etc., that prevents those NGOs from being able to help other people. So if government got out of the way and allowed people of the community to actually help each other, then we would see a quicker resolution to most of these problems. For instance, in Orange County, where I am, there's a law in Santa Ana that prevents people of the community from helping or feeding the homeless. We can be ticketed, and the same thing is in Los Angeles. There was a designer and architect that created these compartment homes that he was making for about $1,000, and he was giving away to the homeless. City officials came in, and because of license permits, prevented him from providing the homes to more people. So it again is government getting in the way, opposed to where if we're hiring them to help those in need, should not be paid to do so. And that's exactly what's happening with taxpayers' money. We're paying them out of our hard-earned money to help those in need, but yet at the same time, they're not doing exactly that. Okay. So the conflict of interest is, again, allowing people of the community to help give that money directly to those organizations that actually need it and would put it to better use.
Well, that's a good point. I think that can happen. So what is your next, as far as, let's see, I lost my train of thought. We talk about the homeless, but also there was another thing you want to talk about. What do you think about the government, about DACA, immigration law? What do you think about that? That's a hot topic issue. What do you think? What's your stand on that?
Absolutely. I feel like the immigration argument that's been created recently has been based a lot on prejudice. Before this last administration took office, there wasn't really too many complaints about the immigrants in this state. But then after the incident with Kay Steinle and it being used and politicized and sensationalized by the media to push an agenda to prevent those immigrants from coming into the state of California, it has created an argument where there is none. So I appreciate the governor actually taking a stance for the immigrants of the state and actually protecting them by creating the sanctuary law. But under the Constitution, he already had the authority to do so, because the Constitution only allows federal government to have jurisdiction over the naturalization of citizens, not the immigration process. So I think it should definitely be refined and reformed to where those immigrants that do come into the state of California are given an opportunity to apply for citizenship at no charge. Becoming a citizen should be your choice. You shouldn't be forced to do so. And we should look at immigrants coming into our state just as we do tourists. Whether they stay a month, a week, a year, or whatever the case may be, they're coming here to not only influx some money into our much needed economy, but they're also contributors. A lot of them start their own businesses that we also purchase products from. And it's a trade, it's an equal trade. And we need to start focusing more so on the adaptability of having a more immigrated society. That's what America has been founded on. We're a nation of immigrants, so we definitely shouldn't try to control that or restrict that in any way.
Well, you know, I have my view on immigration. It's like my family comes from Central America, and we come from there are a lot of. We go to Costa. We visit my aunt at Costa Rica. They have their own immigration law too. They have their own. When you go in, apply, when you get your passport, and you stay there more than like 5 years, they want you to leave because they think that you're taking over someone else's job. And they have the same concept of having how long you can stay, follow the law. If you don't follow their law, you have to move out their country.
Well, yeah, I would think any
same thing with the United States. Just because you have the attitude of being a rebellious state, saying, I don't have to follow the law.
Yeah.
You're not above the law. We have to have law has been instituted for our safety, and we need to follow the law according to what is common sense. It's not like, there's a lot of law that has been passed that we don't even bother to use anyway, you know. But in different countries, they do the law of immigration of their nationalization. Whoever born there, they become sent to San Salvador, they're Nicaraguan. If the kid born in another country and they're legal, their nationalization of whatever state country they're born, that's their origin.
Right.
Then when they go back to their country with their parents, they say, well, you're not national, you're born, but they think they're illegal. Exactly. So it's catch-22, things like that. But even though their parents are in the United States, American, and yet their kids are not American, what are they going to send their kid back to their own, whether she was born or she was...
That's exactly what's
happening. That's what the argument is. That to me, that's pettiness. To me, that's
absolutely,
really
especially
political.
When it's being prejudice. Done against, absolutely, because it's not being done against people that are actually posing a threat.
Right.
They're doing it just because a matter of expiration of a piece of paper.
Right.
And that doesn't automatically make them a criminal. A criminal act make them a criminal. And that's what would make any person a threat in this state, whether it be someone that comes from another country or someone that was born and raised in America. We can't call the action itself as being illegal because it isn't hurting anyone. It's not hurting me if they come to this country, but it is if they do so physically.
Right. So in other words,
I want to address really quickly the job issue, because that does come up quite often as a argument towards people coming into our country. look, the jobs that these people are taking are jobs that
people don't want.
Exactly. So it isn't a taking away from jobs, but if you want to talk about the economic hardships that each individual is facing and then using that as a scapegoat, then we need to look at that. If we improve the conditions for the average worker, for the American worker, then maybe they wouldn't have an opportunity to then blame the immigrant that's causing their own financial problems.
That makes sense. I do agree with what you're saying. It's a valid point. But as far as that job concern, what the governor has given, do you think a lot of people don't trust government because they've always been like, what's the benefit of it? We have Trump coming to their own soldier, like the military. We have the state coming with their troopers. There's two different states of army, whatever, civilian as well as that. But yet, the tie what follow is what safety. The other one is legal. Exactly. So they're going to become mixing up authority each other, and people are going to be hurt anyway.
Right.
So I just hope that they don't come to that, because that's my suspicion about that too. As far as that concerned.
Yeah.
But as far as so now, when you become governor of California, what will be your first thing you want to do?
I would love to audit the state's finances because, as I said before, in order for us to get back on track financially, then we definitely need to see where our money has been going this whole time. So what I'm offering to the people of the state of California is, as soon as I assume office, then I will have a full-scale audit conducted of the state's finances. This would be completely independent. It would not be done by the state auditor's office. It would be done by people of the community, those financial advisors or people that are educated in the financial industry, and would love to have an opportunity to see where their own money has been going. If we made it a volunteer effort to where those people that would like to get involved in the audit, then I'm pretty sure that we'd have people of the community, of the public, involved in that process, and that would increase the amount of transparency when it comes to the amount of money that this state has been using. For some reason, government or people think government gets its money from some outsized resource. Government gets its money from taxpayers. So
that's true.
All of the money that we spend in tax revenue is your money. So we should definitely find out if it's been going to fix the roads, if it's been going towards fighting and investigating those immigrants, illegal immigrants, that are causing a problem in our state. So I believe there needs to be an amount of clarification when it comes to government's dispersing of these funds, and see if there's been any misappropriation. And I believe by doing so, we'd also be able to expose the amount of corruption that's been happening, that we've been suspecting this whole time and know is partially true. Now we'll find out completely how much.
Okay, now let me go back. You made a very, very surprising issue about auditing. Do you know when the last time the state been audited?
Well, supposedly they do them yearly. But, for instance, with the last audit that was done, the auditor's office discovered that Janet Napolitano, who is the UC president, ended up squandering away $200+ million. Where did the money go? And unfortunately, that investigation has since become moot.
So Michigan has been secretly hidden away while the government. So much. You know what I look at? It's so much distraction.
Absolutely.
When it comes to the media, they get distracted from different places.
Exactly.
Where, like the money, it goes like Canada out in. Where the money went.
Right.
It's not being investigated. There's no pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And when there's no pressure in the media, they're
Exactly.
not going to be able to look. Like for you, I believe that an independent party, when people are born into the Democrat, if it's been born into the Republican, it doesn't mean that you have to just because you're a registered voter of Democrat, it doesn't mean you have to vote what the organization believes is true or not.
Absolutely, yeah.
But when you become a registered voter for them, immediately you get spammed so much false information of what is really happening as far as what their idea of running, who he's lying, she's lying. This is not working right. This is not against this is not pro-choice. This protect all the slandering, going to false fake news coming around. It's like now you are here giving the people the opportunity
exactly
to make a real change. Tiring of Republican and Democrat bullshit.
Right.
Excuse my language. Sorry. So that's family. But anyway, that's something that I believe that's a clear opportunity that we're dealing with a third party.
Absolutely.
People are not going to get used. People are not used to it. It's based on tradition. Yeah, you can't. It's very hard to change those things when it comes to government two-party system.
Right.
Now you're going to come in. People are like, why should I vote outside of what my family is in Democrat or Republican? Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Because now since the millennium, they have their own idea. They have their own viewpoint. What is freedom? What is tolerant? What is an issue regarding to any information going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
I think that having a third party is kind of help alleviate. Just because a Republican and you're Democrat, you're against each other, and you're like the no-go. No, one or the other. No. No, you have to have some kind of compromise. That's what we need, a third-party compromise. Say, look, you guys are fighting from each other, and you all have to against each other. It's just because you're a label Democrat or Republican, you can help each other out.
Exactly.
You can't help us.
They're supposed to be working together, and that's a good point, because that's exactly what the main two parties rely on, is fear-mongering over a certain issue or a topic to get the majority behind them in particular, when really the majority of us would rather stay neutral on the issue. They're making the argument to validate their position of power. The one thing that I appreciate about running as a libertarian is there is no influx of corporate funding from those businesses and special interests that influence both the Republicans and the Democrats. We're not allowed to do so under the party's bylaws. So as a third party candidate, I'm able to bring some nobility, some honesty, some trustworthiness to the position of politician, which is why I'm running as a third party candidate. And I'm also aligned myself with the Green Party candidate, Mr. Chris Carlson here. Hello. Because he is a representative of exactly the same thing. And we need to be the candidates that are up there representing the people's choice when it comes to the top two. So
but the thing that's not realistic, when you come to news media, they're to make their job easier. Democrat, get to the forum, but yet they don't get the other party to get involved. They root them out.
Of course.
So that means do the news media have some kind of power of their personal agenda?
Absolutely.
Because whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, that's making their job a little easier. But if you have a third party going there, they're not gonna. You're gonna screw them up.
Right. Well, the media isn't truly independent. Usually, it's owned by some, millionaire, billionaire, whatever the case, that has their own political agenda. So then they're using their media outlet as an instrument to gain favor over the people. And we see that happening now, and it's great that I can meet with people such as yourself, which is a provider of media from the people for the people. We need more independent media sources, and it's sad that a lot of independent media sources get labeled as being fake news just because they are arguing the narrative. And that's what we need, is more of a discussion on both sides of the issue, opposed to just being promoted one particular idea on the idea.
Well, because whether, like you said, $1 million media, whether you oppose it, they're not going to lose nothing. And whether you're against, when you're for it, they're not going to lose it because they pay both sides of the party. So especially if the group are very powerful. Yeah. And, I like to bring that up from yesterday. I liked it when the high school brought up, and when they have the school was out and said, no justice, no NRA. You can imagine that no NRA. You can imagine that they're the high top.
Well, I don't think there would not be any NRA had the American justice system, as well as the state representatives that swear to take an oath to uphold the United States Constitution, actually did their job. When we have our rights infringed upon, that is when these watchdog groups and organizations even end up being created. And here in the state of California, I mean, it's had its own gun laws, but the NRA wasn't supportive of black people being in possession of a gun, and we still have those prejudice laws being enforced to this day.
So, hold on. So, do you think they still using? You think that they're still using that argument? Black people owning guns?
Yes, which is why Stephon Clark ended up getting shot by police in Sacramento. This was a young man that was 22 years of age and was being chased down by police, supposedly due to vandalism. But the real threat was that the officer said he had a gun. And when he announced this, that is when the two officers then opened fire and shot at him 20 times, with 8 of them landing. And again,
about a thing that 20 times? To me, that's ridiculous. That's like really inhumane. It's really 20 times to kill 20 to kill one.
Absolutely.
One bullet good enough to kill one person.
And it was a slaughtering. Had these actually been professionals, marksmen, which they should be trained to do, then 1 or 2 shots would have disabled them.
Yeah.
And they should be focusing more on disabling when using lethal weapons. I, of course, support that our law enforcement be given some non-lethal weapons. They could have tranquilized them if you really,
true.
Yeah, they have, right now, they have BB guns. I seen one that looks like a machine gun. I would hate to get hit with that thing.
Well, a lot of
that would hurt.
Yeah, but I think officers do have a valid point when people who want to give up their rifle or their gun, because you know that the gangster from different town, we're not going to give it up.
But it's fear of the person in possession of a gun, and that's the problem itself. And that's what I'm saying is, if the person being in possession of a gun wasn't looked at as being a threat, then we wouldn't have the issue to begin with. And because we have this stigma against gun owners, that's why we have the problem persisting, whether it be a black person being in possession of the gun, a white person, an Asian person, a Spanish person, whatever the case may be, whatever person. If you're not one that's been approved, state approved, to be in possession of a weapon, then now you're a threat to the public.
So, but the thing that when an operator chased after a person, they're not called suspect. They're called perpetrator.
Right.
When you deal with perpetrator is something that violates something. He did something wrong. They call it a perpetrator. So they label that. To me, that's a negative connotation right there.
Absolutely.
But instead of saying, "Oh, we have a suspect," we don't know what's really going on.
Exactly.
But when they put that perpetrator,
that could be any one of us.
yes.
You know.
And you don't know what's going to happen. So basically, you made a very good point, and I have not seen any candidate that can talk real issue, which you have been telling us, what the core of the issue. I'm sure there's a lot of people kind of look the other way. That's how politics is. That's how politics run. But one thing about endorsing, people who run for third party need to know that it's the voter endorsement. It's not the organization.
Right.
Okay. So I wish you well.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And also, before I go anywhere, hold on. I want to introduce your guest before he's going to play some. Whose birthday it is today?
It's John Muir's birthday. John Muir, American nationalist, he wasn't a nationalist. He fled to Canada during the Civil War, but he's the reason we have Yosemite.
He's the one that made his birthday today. He's the one that discovered Yosemite.
Yosemite. Well, he didn't discover it, but he helped make it a national park. Yeah.
Okay. So are you gonna make a song and contribute?
This one's actually in the spirit of John Muir, who passed after the construction of Hetch Hetchy. I think if he were running for governor today, he'd be very opposed to the Delta Tunnel project. Okay.
And why do you think that the Delta project is very important?
It's unnecessary. I don't think that the project is important. I think that it's important that it does not happen. I've been making county exhibits for San Joaquin County at the State Fair in Sacramento for several years.
But before I go any further, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
interrupt you. He's running for the Green Party for lieutenant governor.
No, regular governor.
For governor.
Yeah.
You're ready for governor.
Yeah, you have
Oh.
two governor's candidates.
Oh
in here.
my
I'm
God!
running for
Okay,
governor.
I did not. I
And
did
this
not
is
know
Cabbage. Yeah, he's part of it.
that. Okay, you're running for governor as well.
Yes.
And tell me before I don't want to mean to cut you off, but
No.
what's your platform before you think that song?
We have a ecological wisdom, future focus, and sustainability, and we're working for social justice.
Okay.
We want California to be infrastructure smart. We want to do our infrastructure once, and we want to do it well, and when we maintain it, we want to make sure that we're prepared for any kind of crisis that might be, and that we can manage that with as little impact on the environment as possible.
So like for example, we had the bridge building, and you had a lot of they detonate a lot of bombs, and they had there's a little thing. So now when you're floating on a lot of ecological in the water will die with all that explosion.
Fracking.
So tell me, what would be practical resolving this, like you said,
we went around calling this a free country, and I mean I stand with Nickolas Wildstar on personal responsibility and liberty first, but that also includes a care and responsibility to your community, and for people to run around trashing the resources of others is an overstepping of their own liberties and the liberties of others, which is the right to life. And I believe that water is life. And in some parts of California, people are paying the highest prices for water for the poorest quality water. When it's being treated by 123 TCP, and it's really not a favorable outcome for a lot of Californians. And if you think about government trying to please everyone, they're not doing a very good job at that. It's a hard task, but it's not really where it counts the most. Keeping Nestle out of our municipal tap resources,
hundreds of millions of gallons of fresh water,
and the price and cost that is now being tried to be financed by Southern California firms or passed on to taxpayers could buy 6 or 7 desalination plants that could even provide enough with the rising seas to green the entire state of California and reverse desertification. We could use the brine waste product from desalination for de-icing the roads in the north during the winter, or making baking soda, which is a wonderful household cleaning alternative.
Or sell it.
Yeah.
Make some money.
It's all good once we
awesome.
get that. We
So
don't need
I'm
the
glad,
Delta
I'm glad you're running.
Thank you
I
very
hope
much.
you much success as well too. I hope either one of you get it. So tell me. Okay, go ahead and sing your tune.
Yeah, so this is a tune, this guitar kind of features heavily in Delta blues, and I'm from Sacramento, Rio Linda, California by the rivers, so I wanted to do a little tribute here and make it sound kind of cool, so... People don't pump that Delta. Delta don't want your Judas kiss. Someone's got to say, don't pump that Delta. There's better ways to handle this. Oh yeah, not just smelt up in that Delta. The ocean water is creeping in. Water so salty. Humpback whale came all this way. I say water so salty. One whale even brought her little baby to stay. But we were banging pots and pans underwater. Say, no whale, go back home to the bay. Last little verse here. Thank you for your time. Pretty soon you'll all be drinking salty wine and eating salty nuts. The Delta marshes are so salty now, and don't we hate your guts? Oh, so sorry you ran out of water. So does Saudi Arabia and Israel. And look what San Diego's doing. Ooh, get some desalination on that. Dang. Thank you very much for this opportunity. It's been a blessing to be here. Thank you very much. Go Green Party.
Yeah, go green to gold.
Okay, now, okay. And before we go with your second man.
Oh, this is Cabbage. Say hi, Cabbage.
Hi, everybody.
And what he been doing now with his puppeteering?
Cabbage is helping me campaign across California and kind of turn this into an educational experience for the voter.
One education experience. That'd be awesome. Mm-hmm. Are you going to be here? You're from California or Sacramento? Or
from Rio near Sacramento, yes.
Okay. Well, hopefully we get a chance to meet up again next time.
Yeah.
Wildstar here also too. Okay.
This is a great weekend for Arbor Day, Earth Day.
We
you
have
got a
Earth Day
Stockton
tomorrow.
event. I wish the San Joaquin Greens great success as they're tabling. I want to really quick pitch Veronica Fimbres, who's a writing candidate for governor alongside me, and Joshua Jones, who is a Green Party endorsed candidate for governor as well. And you can find out more about that at the San Joaquin table tomorrow at Earth Day.
And it's America, right?
It's Earth Day. Sorry, Sunday. Yeah, is that?
That's in Victory Park.
Oh.
And it's going to be Earth Day on Stockton Park, right? It's not even that far.
Yeah.
It's down the block over there, and it's really going to be really big. Oh, my God.
I can't wait. I'm going to be in Sacramento at the time, but I'm wishing them well.
I wish you would be here.
I'll be back. I love Stockton.
Thanks for coming to the Vigil Show and the Voice of Stockton. Thanks for everyone for watching us.
Thank you.
I hope it's going to be a learning lesson between different political parties and things like that. Thank you for watching on a Saturday, 92.1, The Voice of Stockton. Bye-bye.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect